Xiaomi just dropped the 17 Ultra in China, and on paper its display is a huge downgrade. It's bigger than the 15 Ultra but has a lower resolution. Yet everyone who sees it says it's just looking as sharp as the predecessor. How's that even possible? Is it magic or marketing? The answer is neither. It's one of the smartest hardware and software tricks in display tech, and I show to you how this is possible directly here in this video. So welcome to Techview and let's get started. This is your classic OLED screen, just like on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra or its predecessor, the 14 Ultra. You can see the subpixels and pixels that are perfectly aligned here, but you can also see that they are in a bit, if you would take a pixel out of it, it is just aligned in a bit of a diamond kind of shape. So not each of those subpixels is completely used as one pixel. So the pixels are sharing subpixels between each other here in this example. And if you compare this with your new tech that we have on the 17 Ultra, you can see the alignment is different. We can see way more greens here. And here they are placed in a way that you can get one pixel like this with red, green and blue as one pixel. So one pixel is not sharing its subpixels with other pixels. In this graphic you can see it even better, done by Xiaomi. It was originally done for the 17 Pro Max that shares the same display as the 17 Ultra. But here you can see the traditional OLED, where if you have one pixel, you can see if I cut this pixel out here, we have a bit of shared from another pixel, red, then we cut this red a little bit, we cut this blue a bit, and we cut this blue a bit. So they are sharing power circuits, driver circuits, and it seems to be efficient to do that. But look at the super pixel full RGB arrangement that we have there on the 17 Ultra or 17 Pro Max. Those independent pixel arrays, as you see here, one independent pixel array, if I cut it like this, you see we have a full subpixel blue, a full subpixel green, a full subpixel red in there. They have a bit of different sizes, but that doesn't matter so much. Here, each of those pixels and their subpixels have their own micro driver and its own power line. That makes it, in the end, a bit more efficient because you can control those subpixels way more granularly than on the traditional OLED. This hardware change was originally made for killing screen burn in, but for the 17 series, Xiaomi engineers asked, what if we could command this pixel perfect army to pretend it's a higher resolution screen? So what does it mean now? This means if you draw a line, just like this line for example, it will be, because you can only turn on whole pixels, you will have a bit of fuzzy edges. And the solution on older OLED was just to add more pixels, throw more pixels to it so you don't see this fuzziness. On the new screen, 17 Ultra, because you can control each subpixel and can turn it off or on, you don't have to add more pixels to smoothen out those lines. And as AI and algorithms can optimize these even further and control each subpixel individually and turn it on or off, you can achieve this level with less pixels. Look at the text here of these icons on the 14 Ultra versus the 17 Ultra. Do you notice a huge difference in terms of sharpness? Nope. There's practically none that I can see here on first glance. So even though we have a little bit of a smaller resolution on the 17 Ultra, the text and the sharpness of details is not really affected. You get, in fact, almost the same. Even if you pixel peep very hard, it's hard to see a huge difference between those. What is the benefit of the 17 Ultra, you ask? Why are they doing all the shenanigans and have to have some extra algorithms that turn off subpixels? Yeah, it's because of power saving. So you save a lot of more power by turning off subpixels, and by controlling them you can even save more potential power, especially as you have less of and need less of them in comparison to a normal OLED screen. So where we can say that on the 15 Ultra, the 14 Ultra and its predecessors, hardware itself was doing the job to get you a crisp image, on the 17 Ultra it's a combination of hardware and software, of very efficient hardware, less pixels, and very intelligent software that can cut off subpixels at the right stage, at the right point, to make it look as sharp as the 14 Ultras that I have here, or the 15 Ultras that is basically identical. So fascinating technology that we have here, and times that we are living in. And I think this deserves more than just saying, yeah, it's bad that the 17 Ultra reduced its resolution. Why did they do it? It's not a flagship anymore. No, there's more behind this. And I think and I hope that some of you understand what Xiaomi actually did there and what clever move they did. It is, of course, always a step into a new direction that maybe some others went already and failed, that needs a bit of, let's try it out, let's about experimentation. But if the result, the end result, is so good that you don't notice the difference, then it's something you can and should build upon, because it gives you clear advantages over the old tech that basically shot a lot of pixels on your screen that need a lot of power and eat up your battery. So if Xiaomi can improve upon their algorithms, it might improve the 17 Ultra's display even more in terms of battery life, in terms of sharpness and clarity. And for future, if they get this even better manufactured, this might also help with power consumption, clearer phones, clearer displays, and more benefits that all of us users of those phones will gain from that. So these are my 2 cents, and I hope that you understand those explanations here about this new tech. So it's not just reducing the resolution, they are using a complete different display tech that has lots of promises if it works correctly. And on my first initial glance, comparing it with the 14 Ultra, comparing it with some other traditional OLED screens, I cannot see a huge disadvantage of this new tech. Actually, the better battery life is a huge advantage that I have here. And this is definitely on the 17 Ultra and the 17 Pro Max a higher resolution that I get on screen than with the same pixels on the old OLED tech, on the traditional OLED tech. That's it. If you have some questions, put them down in the comment section. If you have some corrections, put them down as well. If you're a display tech fanatic, I'm not. I just read about it and want to present it because no one else is talking about it actually. And I think it's worth mentioning that Xiaomi is also putting some innovation or a newer tech into their phones that is really benefiting maybe also than other smartphone manufacturers when they are taking over or also switching to this new OLED display. And this is the right signal for ending this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye.